Hello, this is Tina Paulson, and I'm the Human Trafficking Program Director for the Association for the Recovery of Children. We call it ARC. And I'm talking to you today in response to some great feedback we've been getting. We so appreciate the feedback. But the question is, why don't we go public with more of the storyline of our rescues? Why don't we do documentaries and newscasts and articles detailing some of these rescue stories? We understand that the public needs to know that information, that it's important for awareness, and also it would help our supporters to know better how to pray for us and support us financially. But I'm not showing my face, I'm showing you pictures because I want you to see this from a different perspective. So here we go. Number one, when sex trafficking victims are rescued, usually there's an organized trafficking ring involved, and the rescuers need to protect all the information about the victim to prevent retaliation against that person, death threats, recapture of the victim by the traffickers. Here's another piece. What if we tell the story of the family, the relationship that this girl has with her little sister or her little brother? What if the gang or the traffickers decide to go after that little brother or sister and hold them ransom? We think about all of these risks and we're not willing to take them. Number two, the best thing for the survivor is to continue her life or his life without the public knowing the devastating details about their trauma and their trafficking experience. So let's say it's a girl. She needs to return to as much of a normal life as possible without everyone around her defining her by her victimization. Oh yeah, she's the one who, oh, you heard about her. How many of you out there have kids and know how difficult it is with peer pressure in school? What do you think these kids at school are going to call that girl behind her back when she goes back to school? She tries to get back into her normal life. If they know she's a trafficking victim, how does that affect her opportunities for dating, for going to prom? Who's going to ask her to prom? We think about these things, and we're asking you to also. Documentaries that are showing the family, the names of the family, the neighborhood they live in, their home, their relationships. This is out of the question. It's endangering to the survivor. Number three, very little is disclosed about how she was exploited or how she was found and rescued. And it's in order to prevent the traffickers from learning the effective strategies from our reports, who our operators are, how we do what we do. So here's a tip. You know how when a sting operation is done, there are people that are quick to say, oh, here's how we did it. Aren't we cool? We did this, that, and the other thing. Well, guess what? Once that story's out, that trick doesn't work anymore. Guess who's watching our documentaries? The traffickers and the pimps. We don't want to give them any more ammunition. I'm going to close with this. The only time we think it's okay to tell the story is when the survivor is okay to tell the story and wants to. This story is her story or his story. It is not our story to tell. It's theirs. It's their families. So when a survivor is ready to tell the story and their family is ready to tell the story and the threat level is something that everyone can live with, then the survivor can come out and tell her story or his story. But I think, and we agree at ARC, filming a girl or a boy in the back of a car when she's just been rescued and doesn't know who we are or what's going on is not the time or the opportunity to tell her story. It deprives her. It maybe exploits her. And we're just not willing to do that. So thank you for listening to this. And with all encouragement, I hope that it makes sense to you. And feel free to message us with your questions and further comments. Thank you so much. And share this. Thank you.